Hey guys, last day of being out of town before I go back home, and then I'll be traveling all day tomorrow. I'll be back home the next day. But I implemented the barcode scanner today, so inside the app, there's a button that allows you to scan any barcode of any product, and it will fetch the product and then log it in your grocery list. So good use cases for this is for two reasons. So the first of which is if you already have products in your fridge and you don't want to type them out and you want the exact product, scan the product and it will search it. And then the second use case is for me. So when people scan the barcodes in a store or in their house, it's going to ask for the price. And if they input the price, then I will have accurate pricing data for that item, that specific ISBN number. If they do not input the price, then it will search it, but basically it's to collect data. So it helps with the crowdsourcing aspect of the app. And I mean, that's the two main functionalities. So the one thing that I ran into with that is the cost. So of course it's not free or cheap to get product data. So it's, I believe, 4 to 5 cents per barcode scan, which is a little bit too much for my taste. And so I found a couple of other programs that have APIs that are like $70 a month for like 5,000 requests, which comes out to about 1.5 cents per, which is a lot better, but it's about the equivalent of doing a search, a little bit more expensive actually. However, if people are going to scan the barcodes and input the price, it's going to be far more accurate. So I will trade an extra 50 cents for far more accuracy. But that product, that the whole thing is completely implemented. Now the only things that I really have to work on is improve the accuracy and basically just make the app a lot higher quality. So I'm working on the UI and onboarding and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the other problems we've been discussing, I haven't had a chance to sit down and fully fix yet, but I've implemented like temporary fixes for them. So I haven't fully implemented the um, priority functionality where if somebody scans a barcode or manually puts in an item, it is more likely to recommend that item or it will search those items first before actually doing a web search. But honestly, as time goes on, I'm starting to pull away from the notion of using AI to web search. And the reasoning behind this is because it is very inaccurate right now. And the only stores that I'm able to do this for are the mainstream stores that have delivery. And that's great, but a lot of people, and myself included, don't just shop at that store. And so if I really am trying to find the price between different stores, it's probably not between three big chains. It could be, but probably not. It's probably between smaller chains that are local or regional. And so as time passes, I'm starting to lean away from the idea of using AI and more so just towards full crowdsourcing. So having people manually put in data and saving it. The benefit of this is, well, the data is a lot more accurate, and it's also better because I can tag users. I don't have to pay the AI costs, and I can tag those uploaded products to the users. So that if somebody searches water, it will search through all of the waters that they have uploaded, which is probably only going to be one or two, and that's what it will search from. So it's going to be more accurate to the user. It will cost less money, and it will be more accurate overall with the pricing. The only downside is it's going to add a little bit of friction to the app because the users are going to have to manually put in the price in order to populate the data tables. So the only two ways I see around that is going beta testing. On external beta, you are allowed to test up to, or you're allowed to invite up to 10,000 people. And so the way that I'm seeing it right now is before hard launch, if I do decide to pivot away from AI, I'm going to have to basically keep it in beta for like 6 to 10 months just to build up the data table and try and get as many people as possible in beta testing because it'll be free and I'll incur a little bit of expenses, but not enough to like break the bank. But then it'll populate the data table prior to releasing it to the public, and then I can charge because it's unfair of me to charge a subscription. It's saving people money, but It's not saving people money if I don't have any pricing data, and it's just like, sorry, we don't have any information on that product for like 95% of things that they upload, and so I'm gonna have to actually populate the data tables. That was always a problem. My solution was to use AI to search it, but AI is really only going to be accurate for like Walmart and Publix, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, I've tested it and it's very, very, very inaccurate for smaller chains. And the other benefit of this is this will enable people to use very, very small local chains. Because AI is not going to be able to search things like Trader Joe's or whatever local places you might have near you because they just aren't big enough to have a website that you can get data from. But if people are manually reporting it, then we actually do have data to access. And so that's what I'm starting to lean towards as time passes. The only thing is AI is going to get better with time, but no matter how good AI gets, if the company doesn't have the data online, I will not be able to find it. So to cater to those people in the smaller companies, I'm considering removing the AI portion from it and just using crowdsourcing, having people scan barcodes in stores and report prices, scan receipts, and all of that to populate the data tables, and then just let that fill up for a year while I make the product perfect, and then launch full release. I don't like putting a longer time horizon on it, and the reasoning is because as AI gets better and better, the barrier to entry goes down, and so there's going to be competitors, and really the market rewards speed right now. And the reasoning behind that is, like I said, like I'm not a developer. I don't have any programming experience or anything. I'm more read up on the business side of things, but I also know how to use AI very well, and I've been studying it for 2 years now, and I know it well enough that I can make apps with it. I can do pretty much anything with it. I literally can make it do whatever I want. And so it's like I have infinite numbers of employees under me, and the only thing that's limiting me is my imagination. And so as soon as the average person is at that knowledge level and understanding of AI, then anybody can make any app. Um, and so that's kind of why speed is rewarded here. So pushing it back a few months to populate the data tables instead of using AI to search is risky. But I think it's less risky because I would much rather wait longer and risk competition than release a bad product. Because if I'm going to release a product that's only accurate 60% of the time, it really isn't going to help people. And I have absolutely no comfort charging people for an app that is 60% accurate. So I find that I only seem to be talking about dilemmas and problems here, but it's because it engages you guys, and I like seeing engagement. Um, but on the positive side, the app is working phenomenally well. The back end is basically everything works great. It's like a fully functional, really sleek app. And the only thing now is just I want to make it even better because I feel like it's the equivalent right now of an app that would be free. But it costs me like a few dollars per month per person to run, and that's really high cost for an app. But that's because of the AI. So if I use fully manually reported prices, then I won't have to deal with the natural language processing problem because then people can type it in, and when they type it in, it'll say, how much is this item? And then they can type in the price, and then it will find similar matches. So, for example, if somebody types in chocolate and it's like, how much is this? And they put like $3.99, then it will store their data locally. And then, or better yet, scanning the barcodes because then we get an actual product. So, like, if I scan a Fiji water bottle, it will give me the exact product. And so then we can easily match the ISBN or the product number in the tables and have up-to-date pricing at different stores. So the data is definitely the nuanced part of this. But I have no doubt that I'll work through it when I get home. I'm not at my prime work state right now simply because I'm on vacation. I'm enjoying it, but I'm ready to see this thing start going because I'm confident that it's a pretty good app that I would use, and I want to see it actually working and functional in the App Store. So trying to get a move on. But otherwise, I would say I will talk to you guys tomorrow evening because I'm on a plane all day tomorrow and then driving home from the airport. But that is it for today. Good developments. Day after tomorrow, I'll actually show you inside the app, which should be exciting, but this is just another daily update that I am rambling on. So I will talk to you all tomorrow.